What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Dion Road Glide Bagger. For many of you who do not know me, I am just a regular, law-abiding, tax-paying citizen and entrepreneur. I'm also a bagger. Last year, I got into the bagger game. I purchased a 2017 Harley Road Glide. It's been an absolute dream. It lived up to all my expectations of actually owning a cruiser, owning a Harley. Um, it's actually lived up. I hate to say it's not hype, but it's lived up to all the way up to the hype. It's been phenomenal. And ever since I've become a bagger, I noticed that I've seen so many dudes just customizing their bikes. I got buddies that are into the custom game. I'm talking about audio, big wheels. I mean LED lights up under the frame, up under the body, and it just goes on and on and on. With all the custom work. And I noticed that one of the very first things I did when I got into my when I got my bike was very first thing I did was I changed out my bars. The very first thing I knew I wanted to do was I knew I wanted to get rid of the crappy stock bars because you know, it was affecting the way I made my U-turns and made sharp maneuvers. The other thing I knew that I automatically was gonna want to upgrade because it was completely trash was I knew I was gonna upgrade the audio. Okay. I love my audio. I love bass. I love highs. I love mids. I mean, I like to hear my stuff knock when I come down the road, whether I'm in my truck, whether I'm in my car. I like to hear my music beat. I love music. I love all different types of genres of music. So therefore, I knew it was going to be very critical for me to get the best sound system. So as I started doing a little bit of research on the audio, I initially had a guy look at my bike last summer, and he gave me a quote, which was I found out was roughly a fair quote. He gave me a quote of $2,600 for my audio. Okay, but because it was middle of bike season, okay, he told me he wasn't going to be able to get it into the shop until about 3 weeks. So after about 3 weeks, he gave me this invoice. He gave me basically a mock up of all the prices of all the equipment. I held on to it. And in the meantime, of course, I had downtime. We're in the middle of a pandemic, didn't have a lot of places to go. So, of course, in my downtime, I'm sitting here wondering, okay, what am I going to be getting for $2,600, right? I started thinking like, well, man, maybe I can start purchasing some of this stuff now. If I start purchasing some of this stuff now, on my own, maybe I can get it in the shop a lot quicker. Maybe we don't have to worry about the equipment to come. So I started doing research on the products that he wanted to put in my bike, and come to find out, he wanted to put car audio. He wanted to put audio. He wanted to actually put Memphis in there. Okay, I have nothing against Memphis. I had never really heard of Memphis. Found out they're a reputable company, but I found out that he wanted to just trick my bike out with all this Memphis audio. And I did my research and found out they're for cars. And there's actually a segment of the audio market out there that is specifically designed for bikes. They are designed for Harleys. They are designed for Victories. There's audio. There's a forgot what they call it, but it's specific. It's a market out here that's specific for baggers. You know what I mean? So, of course, a novice move. I looked up, started looking up, I started finding audio online, and of course, the very first thing I noticed that I found Rockford Fosgate. Okay, we've all heard of them, Rockford Fosgate. I'm very familiar from Rockford Fosgate since the '90s when they revealed their punch. When they had their punch line out, they had their punch woofers out. Those were real popular back in the '90s. I heard guys bumping those, trunks rattling with the Rockford. So of course, I automatically thought that, man, this Rockford is going to be the way to go. Rockford is a reputable company. They have great build quality. You know what I mean? I don't have to worry about it dying on me. I'm going to get all the gratuity out of my money if I get a Rockford, okay? Because in anything we do, whether it's anything, whether you buy, whether it's a car, whether it's clothes, whether it's electronics, your computer. I mean, a lot of times we want name brands. We want something that we know that, you know what I mean, that stands, that's a symbol of quality. So of course I jumped on the bandwagon with the Rockfords. I ditched the Memphis and decided to go with the Rockford setup. Um, I went with at the time what they have for motorcycles specifically. I purchased this Rockford. It's the TM 400 AD. Okay, this is actually a marine rated speaker. You can actually use this 400-watt amplifier on bikes. You can use it on boats. I mean, this is actually waterproof. Okay, so it's actually designed to withstand the weather. It's designed to withstand heat, and it's designed to withstand cold, condensation, rain. This baby drops right inside the fairing, right up underneath your radio. Okay, now here's my review on the Rockford TM 400. Okay, what I did not know. Okay, so I have to say this. Um, After reviewing this and after having this in my bike for a little while, I was actually a little disappointed. Okay, because after putting it in my bike, hearing it how it pushed the Rockford Falls gates, because I actually bought the whole TM line. I bought the whole TM line, and inside, I mean, I put my bike on the road. I took my bike up to about 70, 80 miles per hour, and I could still barely hear the speakers. I mean, the TM 400 speakers, the 6x9s push 100 watts per channel, and the 6x5s, the waterproof 6x6 and a halves, push around 75 watts per channel. That's what it's rated. That's what the specs are rated at. But with this 100-watt amplifier, I could still barely hear it. Honestly, it wasn't much better than the Hog Tunes. Okay, I'll say this: the output, the output wasn't much better. I'll say this on a level of 1 to 10. On a level of 1 to 10, we're talking about 100 watts per channel. So I would never rate this at a 10. But I would just basically say that the output on the Rockford is here, and the Hog Tunes was about right there. So it's not much. It's honestly wasn't very much of a margin. I will notice this about the Rockford. The spec says that those frequencies get over 20,000, over 20K. Okay, so when you start talking about 20K in reference to frequencies, now you're talking about the brilliance area, the brilliance of frequency. And if anybody knows about audio, the brilliance is loud clarity. When you start getting into songs and tracks that play music, that have musical instruments, like the cymbal. If you have cymbals, and if you have certain instruments that have very fine and light and hard to hear details, that's where that brilliance comes in at. That is one thing I can say about the Rockford, is that it pushed the very high frequencies. So it sounded great when my bike was off. It sounded great when my bike, and it sounded decent when my bike was when it was on at low RPMs. But if we're getting on it, we on the road. I mean, if we twisting up, if we acting up, then you can't. I mean, I can hear mosquito piss on cotton, man. You know what I mean? You understand? That's how I can still. I mean, that's my thing, man. It just still wasn't loud enough for me. Okay, so that's my review on this. I would say that if you're looking into getting some equipment for your bike, I mean, maybe you're not an audio junkie. If you're not an audio junkie, I think this would work a lot better in a car. I wouldn't even put this on my boat. Not for the price. And if you start thinking about a price comparison, not even for the price, because brand new, these amps run $450 retail. These are going to go $450 retail for 400 watts. And for this price, honestly, you can have a Sound Digital. We all know that Sound Digital is the new gold standard of amplifiers, and especially in the motorcycle industry. Not necessarily car industry. I mean, I don't have a I already have a preamp inside my car now. But if I was to put an aftermarket amp in it, it would definitely be a Sound Digital. They're small, compact. They're not as heavy. They have they're these are. I'm not sure if this amp is digital. I believe this one is still analog, but Sound Digital actually has digital I mean, they push digital frequencies inside their amp. The whole amp, where they have the modules in there, everything in there is digital. So that was the thing that I wanted you guys to understand, is that just know what you're buying. I was a novice. I didn't know what I'm buying, so I just wanted to educate you guys on in the motorcycle world that if you're really looking for some power, and you ran across this Rockford, because Rockford is a reputable company, it's a good brand. Please know that you're not gonna get a lot of output out of this. You're just not. This will probably work good inside of a vehicle, inside of a car, for your forefront. I mean, maybe for your door speakers or whatsoever. But for the dollar, I mean, for the month, the amount of money that you spend on this, you can get something more. You can get something a little. I'm not going to say necessarily reputable. You can get something with more output. You can get more gratuity out of your dollar if you got a Sound Digital. And I'm not trying to sell you on Sound Digital or any other speakers, but when I seen them, all the money that when I saw the money I put in, when I saw the money that I put into this, I realized I could have had something much better. So I just really wanted to put that out there for you baggers, for you motorcycle heads, motorcycle geeks, anybody out there that's in the motorcycle game and you're looking to upgrade your Harley. Just know that, I mean, this is really not gonna cut it if you really want something to thump. You probably want get you not even a 400.4. This is really not a lot of power. You might want to get you a 800.4 or get you a 1200.4 in a Sound Digital. Or I mean, or it could be Diamond, or it could be whatever. But I'll be honest with you, I was disappointed in this for the price, for the type of power that this put out. This amp should be under 300, maybe right at 299, but they're charging out the wazoo for this, and it's just really not getting. I was really disappointed. So I just wanted to put that out there for you guys in the motorcycle game, in the motorcycle industry. Rockford is a reputable company. I have nothing. They have great accessories. I was able to keep, even when I upgraded, I was able to keep the wires. I kept the brackets, the heat sink. I kept the T harnesses. I was able to keep all that stuff because they have oxygen free. They actually have oxygen free wires. You understand? But when it comes to the amps just do not do it, guys. So until again, if you like, comment, subscribe. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to chime in or just drop them below, guys. All right, holla back.